Hi, I'm Borrill, motoring editor at GQ magazine. Today is a very special day because I find myself in Italy to test drive the Ferrari 458 Spider. And while it may look pretty similar to the 458 Italia, it's got this here, a roof. It's the world's first mid-engined berlinetta with a retractable hardtop roof. And this roof can fold away in about 14 seconds. Let's put it to the test. Well, here I am. I'm inside the cabin of the 458 Spider, and surprisingly space isn't compromised that much. It can easily consume a 1.95 meter frame, and the roof is also not taking up too much space. There's a little rear park bench where you can put a golf bag or some overnight luggage. So inside it's spacious, you don't feel claustrophobic, and that's what you want. You want to feel comfortable inside the car. So let's start it up and see what it's all about. Turn the key, press the engine button. Now there are different modes, I'll get into that a little later. I'm just going to start off in just full automatic just to get a feel for the car. Starting with the engine, they haven't done anything different. It's still the same 4.5 litre V8, and that means power is 419 kilowatts and 540 Newton meters. Now what's impressive about that torque figure is that 80% of that 540 is available from as little as 3,000 RPM. So you've got a nice spread of torque, and when you put your foot down in any gear, I'm in 7th now, as you can hear, pulls you, throws you back into your seat, and you get that beautiful growl from the exhaust. Performance figures, well, just like the coupe, it can go from 0 to 100 in 3.4 seconds, and if you're brave enough to test the top speed, you can get to 320, but I'm not going to do that in Italy. I'm probably going to get locked up and never see my family again. It can also go from 0 to 200 in 10.8 seconds, and that's almost in the same territory as a hypercar. Most hypercars can get to 0 to 200 in under 10 seconds. Steering wheel, we've got the Manettino switch button, and just like the 458 Italia, we've got the wet mode, sport mode, race mode, CT off and ECC off. Now I'm not going to go and switch off CT or ESC. I'm not that skilled, but I'm going to keep it in sport. And what you can also do is you've got a damper control suspension button, which no matter what mode you're in, you can actually soften the suspension, soften the blows of the road. And I'm going to switch it on now and just see what difference it makes. So it's shown up a little glyph which is bumpy road, and I can't feel much at the moment. Not that I'm testing it, but it does definitely make life a little bit more bearable, a little bit more comfortable inside the cabin. Now one of the main things Ferrari did in developing the 458 Spider is that they wanted to extract as much sound from the engine as they could, just to create that emotional experience. Quite a nice measure what Ferrari has done, especially for the driver and passenger, is they've included a glass windstop. If you look over my right shoulder, you'll see it, and it's quite effective keeping some of the wind out of the car and also helping with aerodynamics. And you can have an audible conversation up to 200 kilometers per hour. Now, one of the main issues manufacturers have when chopping off the roof of a car is something called scuttle shake. And what that pretty much means is that because you're taking the roof off a car, it's losing a bit of its structure, and causes the car to wiggle a bit in the corners. What Ferrari has used to prevent scuttle shake is they've used various aluminium strengthening techniques along the side sills up into the buttresses, which also form part of the roll bar, and it makes the car look beautiful and functional at the same time. I'm in a tunnel. I'm going to put the 458 Spider into automatic and just hear what this engine sounds like. To most petrol heads, that's probably something they want to experience in their life, driving a Ferrari in Italy in a tunnel. Well, how much does this all cost? Well, I don't know the rand figure, but it costs about 226,800 euro. That'll probably work out to roughly 3.5 to 4 million rand. And I know I'll never be able to afford a Ferrari, but at least I've got to drive the 458 Spider and drive it in its natural habitat in Italy.